deployed in Ethiopia, there is demand that our Kenyans can offtake. We bring opportunities in terms of tendering opportunities or opportunities, and sometimes we miss out. But the whole point, our trade officer did actually document, send this particular inquiry, or send this particular opportunity, but in real sense, we do not have access to these particular opportunities. I will not belabor much in this particular segment, but allow me to just say this. The main goal of bilateral link is as simple as capture, validate, and close. The output of that is something that looks like this: collaboration. Bringing all stakeholders together. Being able to convert our inquiries to tangible deals. But allow me to veer off a little bit and explain to you how we do it. We realized that we had to build a 6-tiered execution cycle that starts with inquiry capture. After we capture the inquiries, we take them through a due diligence process and a KYC structuring, KYC process. And this is where we're just trying to validate the existence of the person making the inquiry or the business making this particular inquiry. And we do this through integrating with our local business registration agencies to validate. Or if it's an inquiry from an individual, we just do a bit of due diligence on the document you're going to present. But we also look at your inquiry. If you're sourcing for a product, does it make sense? We'll take you through a structuring phase, which is our third stage. Structuring, we're trying to separate two things. We're trying to identify if or you purchase, and we present what we call either an information pack or a structured deal sheet. Forgive me to get a bit technical, but I'd like us to understand. Real Sources Africa has not built an e-commerce B2B marketplace. No, we are not. What we have built is an execution infrastructure. Our capability of being able to identify and separate people who are seeking for information and people who are ready to transact. And that is where the issue is. If you tell me today you're looking for maize, the first thing that clicks in my head is that you're ready to buy, right? But sometimes maybe you're not. Sometimes when those inquiries come in, they choke, or if we have the 3,500 inquiries, we end up choking 2 or 3 inquiries from legitimate players just because we are not able to separate people who are seeking for information and people who are ready to transact. We do that through 3 layers, an AI algorithm that supports that. We do that through what we call deal stewards. And Your Excellency, when you came to my office, the people you met were a profession called deal stewards. These are people who we are preparing and give them skill sets on actual of transactions. Their main responsibility is to make sure that your inquiry of needs, one has enough information that can give confidence to a supplier that you're ready to transact. They guide you through the entire process of sourcing, certification, documentation, and they actually also give you what you call market or demand analytics to support you in making an informed decision, or if we're able to transact, or if we're not. Once you're done structuring, we go to another process of matchmaking, whereby we get the counterparties, still done digitally, and then you get the deal rules. If the deal rules is when negotiations will happen, contracting kicks in, and most importantly, we go to an execution layer, whereby my friend, Dr. James, I call him my father, Dr. James, comes in. His role is to make sure that that transaction layer, or that particular inquiry that was converted to a deal, payments are sorted out through an escrow payment infrastructure that we've collaborated to set up. This is to make sure that each and every payment that is tied to that particular inquiry, you can guarantee that each and every coin in a wallet and release of the funds are as per the terms that were agreed upon on the execution level. From payments, financing also kicks in. We understand both players. So if financing is required, we were able to track the entire process from initiation all the way to where we are, and financing also kicks in. Finally, but not least, through the collaborative approach, our main goal is to build an infrastructure. This is not a Kenyan product only, but it's basically a product that we can all come in and build upon. We've done one part of this particular puzzle, but our end goal is having one particular ecosystem that can leverage on the trust and the credibility that has been built over time through our missions to be able to drive trade, investment, financing, labor, and most importantly, to be able to move this continent forward. I think we're all eager to go to the platform, right? Now, my call to action is simple. Excellencies, I'm inviting you to co-create this ecosystem with us. We cannot do this without you. We have to do this collaboratively. We're looking at your support, your skill set to make this a reality. Please, let's just get the platform. Would like to do it from here because I'll invite His Excellency and I'll also invite our Prime Cabinet Secretary to make the first inquiry. I'd call it inquiry number 001. So, as you said today, yes, we're here to deliver economic diplomacy. Some of the features I earlier mentioned, yes, capability to submit an inquiry is one of the main features. The second key feature is ability to track your journey or to track every single inquiry that you've positioned in your entire ecosystem. The third capability is the capability to facilitate, which is being able to get matched. Being able to get matched with the right purpose for execution to kick in, but most importantly, the ability to close these particular inquiries. Still at the same time, we have the ability to book your meetings. Same capability to be able to discover opportunities that exist. And our opportunities are be it investment opportunities, tender opportunities that exist. But also most importantly, capability to explore country profiles. There are so many of us who don't know the country profilings. Don't know maybe the GDP, the demand, the tourism opportunities that exist for particular markets, because commodities is one part of the puzzle. But we need to be able to explore our services, investments, and more or less. At the same time, capability to connect to the embassies, ability to plan delegations, ability to access diaspora services. And now, for the final one, which is our launch, I'd like to invite His Excellency Wamkele and maybe the Prime Cabinet Secretary to maybe come up and maybe we can click the first and we can create the first account in this particular platform. So, make it okay to open the start on screen.
Okay. So I can buy a car using Dr. Mwangi's credit card, then have it delivered to me.
Allow me to just write Excellency. There we go. No, and I'll create a password. I'll give this password to you later.
Okay.
And make it to launch your account.
Oh, I might have fixed it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Let's make it much more interesting. That's good. But still, let's make a fast inquiry, right? So, click. You can use the screen. You can just use the top of the screen. Yes. Submit an inquiry. Now, we can just select the ambitions, which say, now, this represents the country where you are from. Maybe click, say, Senegal. And our goal is to have as many embassies as we can. So let's say we are routing the target embassy to Nigeria and South Africa. Okay. Then the type of inquiries we're supporting at the moment, the 6 categories of inquiries, we're supporting trade, investment, services, and financing, labor, government relations, or general inquiry. So let's just make an investment inquiry. Just do a brief. Investment in special how much do you want to invest in our new economy?
$5 million.
Okay. So let's launch inquiry. So what happens at the particular process is you have to confirm your email address. We go to a review from the embassy perspective, and you get a response on the process form. Now, most importantly, the tracking of your inquiries. If you have to go to your account here, and click My Inquiry, there can be inquiry. And what we're looking at is the inquiry goes under a review and a mention, a due diligence process, and upon successful matchmaking, it goes to the deal room for support of matchmaking and negotiation. Allow me to start and say that thank you so much for supporting us in the room. And thank you so much for launching our platform. We're looking forward to the $5 million.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I would not like to take much of your time. But what we're trying to develop today, or what we are showcasing today, is at the same time the ability to open an inquiry, track these particular inquiries, but most importantly, ability to make them the right counterparties. And still go back to my client. We cannot do this alone. We require your support. We require your engagement, skill-wise, financially, technically, to move this stream forward. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. Most importantly, before I leave stage, we have had partners who supported us to implement these softwares or to pilot it out practically. And I'd like to invite one of our trade officers, call him my friend, because this journey has been very crucial and he's been one of our support structures. We're just trying to practically make this work. Please, Karim.
Thank you very much, CEO. Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary, our visionary Secretary General of the AFCFTA Secretariat, our supportive Principal Secretary, industry players, guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be part of this auspicious occasion today on diplomacy, economic diplomacy. As a trade attaché, I wish to confirm that my office has actually improved, not what we were shown earlier on. I wish to confirm that. I know I speak on behalf of many trade attachés, economic attachés, and economic councillors in the room. And some of the challenges that we often face when we are undertaking our roles in the missions include limited access to real-time information, especially on demand and supply, linking buyers and suppliers, verifying information, and most importantly, trade delegation planning and matchmaking, which sits at the core of our mandate. Now, I've worked with this team before, and this is exactly what they are here to address, these main challenges. And of course, the diplomatic missions are here to also give them the credibility that they need. And as we were told, we also offer some trust, which they clearly need. So I've worked with the team before in areas of conducting due diligence, connecting businesses between Kenya and Ethiopia, and mapping out key products that show potential in terms of export, from beans, maize, and the recent one being non-woven bags, following the recent ban on plastic bans here in Ethiopia.